let Fire win. Obviously that doesn't happen, but it looks like it's Chinese. But Viper is sitting pretty. So it is true, guys, as Buddy and Eval said in the chat. Oh my gosh, the relics here. It's definitely true. Fire could move on with one more win. So here we have it. Chinese, Fire having an okay start for Chinese. We'll see what happens. Let's look at the maps. Fire cannot use a rehost. Viper can. One thing I noticed right off the bat is they don't have a lot of space in this arena game. Viper, he has 1 main gold, 1 stone. That's it inside his walls, but he does have 2 relics. The 2 relics is not too bad. We have another grenade map, ladies and gentlemen. We have another grenade map. I know what a grenade map looks like this time. Fire. It looks like he has the same amount of space as Viper. Like his Rudolph's on the front, gold on the back, stone on the back, and that's it. But actually, if you look, this is the pin of the grenade. And a lot of people gave me a lot of info on YouTube about grenades. But I'm not going to go into that. They're probably the ones to inform you on grenades. There is a pin of the grenade back here with 3 more gold. So Fire could play Stark style, which he apparently hates, and just boom up back here. But it's Chinese, so Chinese you can do an awful lot with. It's probably one of the most versatile civilizations. You can upgrade your archer line to the max. You can upgrade your infantry line to the max. You can go with light cav and cavalier to the max as well. Not to mention they have really strong siege and monk pushes, which will probably... I just don't know if it would be seen in a 1v1 Chinese war, but it is something we could see here. Now, with 2 relics for Viper, he's going to have to scout, and he will see that there's another relic here. Oh, and another one in his walls. I was going to say, I swear I saw one in a wall. So he actually has 3. So I think Viper will probably opt to boom up a little bit. Or if he does go aggressive, maybe go 1 TC. Meanwhile, Fire is a relic here he can snag, but this one's going to be more difficult. Viper could have an advantage with the relics, but he is behind with the actual map itself. Now in the middle you will see there is not a lot of space between the players, so if one player were to want to go aggressive, the scout's going to be very important. One thing I didn't like about Vinchester was that he kept using his scout to lure in boars, and then he didn't scout what the opponent was doing. Let's say Viper had villagers on stone here, and Fire scouted it because he had a full HP scout. That would be really important. Vinchester, he lost a lot of points in my book for that. I was like, come on, man. Didn't make any sense. So he did win versus Fire. It just, versus Viper, it just didn't look good. I will say this now. I know it's game 3. I said I was going to cast all the games from this tournament, but I didn't have the time to do all the recs. So to those of you maybe spoiled with some of the info, only following my stream or something, and my apologies for that. It's just I just flat out do not have the time to cast the recs. They actually happen really fast, so maybe if it was like 1 set a week, it would have been good, but it was pretty fast for me. So again, if Fire wins this game or the next game, he will move on to the final, and that will be versus Viper. So let's see what happens here. I'm really excited for the 20th as well. So to those of you that don't know, on the 20th, I know we have more people here now, I will be doing a 12-hour Christmas stream. There will be 3 big games, and we'll be doing Regicide stuff pretty much all day. Most of it I'll be casting, we'll be playing as well. Obviously, if I'm streaming for 12 hours, I might want to mix in some of my own gameplay, but it will start at 1300 GMT and then go for 12 hours from there. The actual event itself, which is Regicide Rumble, will start at 1500 GMT. Right now, players are executing their build orders. I really can't tell what they're going to do until the 26th or 27th villager, and then I can talk a little bit about it. You guys seem to be talking about relic gold. Like, how can Viper benefit from these relics? Well, you know what? There's a lot of info in the chat about it. I mean, it's all very situational. So you can say what you like, but If Viper doesn't utilize his relic gold, it doesn't really do much for him. I also want to talk about the other golds too, because you know this gold will run out and relics are not going to be enough. So Viper's going to need this one, which you could probably wall in. There's a stone over here, stone over here. There's gold in the front. I think Fire has more than enough gold in the back, but he does have a gold on the front and a stone in the front as well. This is played on Conquest, so Relic Victory is not a possibility. Also, I think Fire's gonna snag a Relic for sure. While I think it's interesting to play on Standard Victory, once you see that at this level more than like twice, you kind of get bored with it. And when you see like Wonders go up, you just are like, okay, this is kind of disappointing. I wanted to see them fight. Same with Relics. I understand like why it's exciting, but at this level I don't watch personally, and I don't think that the tournaments are made for such conditions. But okay, 3 on gold for Fire. He did get Loom. I assume Viper will have 3 on gold as well. Yes, because both players got Loom at the start. Right now it just looks like a regular fast castle build, and if you look at the food counts, you can see Viper's a little bit behind. And I'm just toggling right now, but if you look at the resources at the top left, it's pretty close. Fire seems to have a small advantage, but they both went up similar times. Viper's 9 seconds behind, but both on 26 fills. Now there's a barracks from Fire, so he will likely go with a stable or an archery range. Stable might be a little bit better in the short run because he can send out a couple of scouts and he can, you know, patrol around. But I think that archery range might be the wiser option because they can fire over the walls, and also they can still pick off monks once you mass a few of them. I'm not sure, but instead of the standard blacksmith market, it looks like he's going to go with something a little bit different. There's the stable, there's the market. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to learn from this game. There's a market from Viper. He doesn't have a barrack, so he will go blacksmith. So Viper's probably going to go with a monastery, no surprise there, and he'll probably go for a TC then as well. Viper, because he has the extra relics and because he has a smaller map, might think he needs to be aggressive. I don't think this is the map for him to do that on though, because Fire has all that space in the back. This scout battle is really important, and Viper's gonna win this, I believe. Yes, Viper's gonna win that. It's so close in those fights that the players are on like 10 HP or 15 HP, whatever, at the same time. It's just that the hits connect a little bit earlier for one player, and I was just clicking the HP and trying to time it, and I'm sure both players were as well, and Viper was correct on that. So now Viper can scout out, Fire cannot. Fire could add another scout, however, it doesn't look like his economy is suited for that. Viper didn't spot the relics outside of his walls yet. Ooh, that's a very interesting point, because it's so close up against the edge of the map that he didn't spot that, and that is, oh, unlucky, unlucky. That being said, that's huge, and had Viper lost his scout as well, I don't think he ever would have found that. Now, does Fire know it's there? Fire actually is not even close, and he has no scout. He has not created another scout, so he made a stable pretty much for nothing at this point. And we'll see. How much BO? How much BO do I have? Is that what you're asking? No, you're probably asking what is this best of? This is 4 games played, and you get a point for each game won. If Fire wins this game or the next game, he will move on, and he will be the top 2 of the bracket, and Viper will be number 1. So this is really basically placement. This is group stage. And this is really important for Fire. But if you were asking about my body order, it's not really that bad today, so thanks. It's been problematic of late, but yeah, it's improved. Just kidding. Anyway, it looks like a scout came out from Fire. He'll probably kill Viper's scout. Viper, oh, okay, so he will go aggressive. Now, this seems like Jon Snow style. And I don't know if it's actually Jon Snow style, but I'll tell you what I'm expecting. I'm expecting monks from Viper, obviously. If he does go siege as well and start pushing, I'm expecting a castle then, because he's already on stone. Going with the barracks, this is all very odd from Viper, but I'm expecting he will pretty much stay on 1 TC for the time being and try and push, which means this could be good for Fire. He's already on 2 TCs, 3 TCs. He will snag that 1 relic. And he can sit back here in the pin of the grenade. No true analysis, you cannot. He'll sit back there in the pin of the grenade, and the grenade will help him out an awful lot. He can retreat, and I've seen that so many times in Arena where, you know, the booming player will have 30, 40 extra villagers, but they don't have the military. They will lose like 2 TCs in the front and just sit back here and then push out last second. We saw that from Viper last game. He pushed out last second, kind of. Yeah, Terra plays like that on Arabia as well. That's funny. To those that don't know, Terror is Jon Snow. Viper's not going to get conversions, but you can tell he's paying attention. And I think he's going to push out with spears and monks, and then he's going to put a castle on the front. And Fire needs to fortify his walls behind, I think. He has 7 more villagers right now. Viper still has not seen that. That's huge, especially because Viper's pushing on so little economy as well. But this is very interesting. I don't think Fire can stop this. Like, had Fire gone with a ton of crossbows, then maybe, but I don't think Fire can stop this castle from going up unless he tosses out a couple more monks of his own and gets some good conversions and his scouts take out all the monks. But with the spears there, that's gonna push the scouts away, and I'm really surprised Viper didn't get a conversion there. Fire's gotta be expecting this. Ooh, he also spotted that too. Okay, so scouts are back here. He sees units on the front. This is what Fire sees in game right now. It's the coolest feature. It's the coolest feature. This is literally what one of the best players in the world is seeing right now. I'm not on view lock, but it's so cool. And now this is what we're seeing. Viper's probably going to go for a castle. Viper is still on 1 TC. He has enough for a castle, and he is building the castle. Now, if he goes in, what can he access? TC and farmland. Main gold's back there, stone's back there, and more gold's back there. I just, in my opinion, oh, what? How is that scout alive? I mean, sorry, how is that monk alive on 1 HP? So unlucky for Fire. In my opinion, back to what I was saying before I freaked out, this should not work for Viper unless he somehow gets the Imperial Age very fast. Maybe add some trebs in. It just shouldn't work. Fire should be able to defend with a castle and be alright. But you never know. Especially with Viper, you never know. Like, people call me such, they're like, oh, T90, stop fanboying Viper, right? They say that all the time on YouTube comments and Twitch chats. But the guy will win in situations when he flat out shouldn't win. And I'm not saying this is necessarily one of them, but I mean, he's on 1 TC. He's probably looking to get it to the Imperial Age. I think that's obvious now. He's well behind in eco. Fire's going to click up to Imp before him, actually, and Fire will have a castle. So after a little bit of review, I think Fire should be able to win this. But you never know. The monks can change so much. Fire's on his way to Imp. That's a really good time. I don't know what he did with his eco, but normally when you're on 3 TCs, you can't get up that fast. That's a really good time for Fire. Really good adjustment. Viper's taking his monks back here. Viper still does not know that relic is there, and Fire's waiting for a monk too. Fire, please don't do that. That could be bad. Don't lose the scout. Somehow they're still alive. Fire's gonna run the scouts this way. I think Fire recognizes Viper has not scouted that, so he didn't want to lead him there. But what are we going to see from Fire now? Are we going to see 2 castles and Trebs? Chukunus? The monks can be really strong. Okay, there's a conversion. Viper's on his way up now as well. He will probably look to get another castle. It's tense. Are you guys tense? I am so tense. I need to go get a massage. This is... I cannot... I don't know what to think about this. The Viper has the score lead, but he's 15 vills behind. He's only on 1 TC. That's going to continue to climb, especially because Fire has more TCs. Fire will hit Imp first. Fire will have 2 castles. Fire should win this game at this rate. He has more of the important things in this game. The only thing he does not have is monks, and Viper could maybe turn it around with monks. Viper has to have a plan here, but Fire, just wonderful, has done a wonderful job with his economy to get up to Imp first, because normally a 1 TC play would do a lot better. Both players buying some resources. You can see Trebs are coming out from Fire immediately. He has a Treb here on its way, Treb here, and another one following. Monk going down. Goodbye, old man. And that castle, I don't think Viper's gonna have an opportunity to make many Trebs. I think ideally Viper would have been into the Imperial Age first, and he would have had 2 castles himself, because he's at that point with his stone, but Wolfpack with the resub. I don't know if Viper's gonna be able to do it. He's going with all the monk upgrades now, so he's going to probably try and convert the military that Fire has, but Fire has all of the grenade clip at his disposal to boom up. Look at the build difference now. Now, I've learned not to say such things, but if I wanted to put my foot in my mouth later on, I would say, if Viper wins now, I will do this. I'm not going to do that because bad things have happened in the past. But honestly, this is awful for Viper. 26 villagers behind. He's getting Bracer on 5 Chukonus, and Fire's coming out full force. Trebuchets, 5 of them. Chukonus. When will Fire pull the clip? Well, he's pulling the clip now, but in a different way. The monks could still convert a lot of Chukonus, because it's only 7 range on the Chukonus, and you're looking at 9 range on the monks, but I don't know. Still, Viper's going to be well behind in eco and map control. He did collect that relic. Wow, that's nice. I believe it was him. Oh no, Fire snagged it. Another castle for Fire. I think Fire recognizes that the monks are a threat. I can't believe Fire got that. That's really nice. Okay, Chukunu's going in. Viper. Pretty good monk micro. He will control group all of his monks. I know the players do it similarly, but I watch Viper stream a lot, and you see the fight now coming in. Conversion's coming in. Tapped Ram's now coming in from Viper as well. You can see a lot of those Chukunus got converted. More than half of them. And now the monks are still here. The Chukunu's here from Viper as well. The Capped Rams, and now the Trebs need to run away. Yet, I think we need to see something more from Fire. Chukunu's... He either needs more Chukunu's or he needs something else in front of the Chukunu's. But still, the Trebs actually could damage the monks. Still, Viper doesn't necessarily have the economy to push here. But you know what? That's a good way of holding, isn't it? Just stopping Fire, who's in a better position from pushing in. Look at the trebuchets killing those Chukunus. What is Viper doing? He's going with just Trebs and... well, he's not really doing much, is he? Just Trebs, no monks. I figured he'd be tossing out more monks at the moment. But it's very peculiar from Viper to not have monks coming out with so much gold. I don't think it's one of those situations where you're stockpiling resources again. I mean, monks are his only form of military right now, and Fire's going to go for that castle, and that's really important for Viper. There's a lot of Chukunus there for Fire as well. That castle could go down, and Fire's desperately scrambling to his trebuchets to repair them. A nice little house wall just to block the capped ram from coming in. I believe so anyway. I'm not sure why exactly that would go up. Maybe actually to distract the trebuchets. But in the end, as the castle goes down for Viper, doesn't matter, does it? Too many Chukunus for Viper to handle. He doesn't have the military, and he doesn't have the economy. And there's the GG, and that's huge for Fire. Wow. That is wonderful. That is wonderful play from Fire. It all goes back to Fire clicking up to imp at 55 vils, though. Because a lot of times, if you're doing a standard 3TC boom, especially after you make a monastery and a stable, you click up at like 75 vils, 70, 75. But Fire recognized that Viper was going to be doing this when he spotted the monasteries, and he adjusted. And that's just top class. So well played, Fire. Viper, I'm not sure what was going on. Because that, I mean, obviously he didn't see the grenade clip back here. I like that we have made that a thing. But, I don't know. His map awareness just was not there for him, and I'm not saying that this was about Viper not doing something. It was definitely about Fire doing something, but certainly Viper could have done more this game. Looks like he was maybe going skirms, but all too late, and game 4 will be coming up. You can see the units killed. Normally in Arena, it's just like one big battle, and that's it. And then the resources collected. Viper was behind in every category. And also here, behind in every category except research count.